The history of the Amazons starts with the goddesses. Hestia, of the hearth fire and altar flame. Women, she sees beyond your walls. Artemis, who knows you for the wild creature you truly are. Demeter, watches as you tend your gardens. She sees you weep for all that will not grow. Hecate, who knows your power and your fear. Aphrodite, who feels you ache with hunger. Athena, the waver, cunning and sharp. She is made of edges. As such, Athena knows your mind. And Hera, goddess of women. She sees with 1,000 eyes. She bears the burden of foresight. She knows your pride and your rage before you do. Every bruise to your dignity burns her like fire, and she loves you beyond reckoning, for you all belong to her. Now, the subjugations and abuses of not men by men are too numerous to catalogue in a library, let alone this book. But can you imagine what it would feel like to bear witness of it across millennia? To see it all at once with 1,000 eyes?
Enough.
So, the goddesses take their injustice and the injustice of all women to Olympus, to Zeus himself, who sits large on his throne, patronizing them with pet names and pleasantries. It is just for men to rule over all women, he says, for he himself, God of justice, has said it is so. Zeus will not grant them peace or fairness, but the goddesses of Olympus will not give up just yet. Hell is a state of being, but Hades is a place one can go. And so, it is there they travel, not to plead their case to more heartless gods, but to take matters into their own hands. Once in Hades, the goddesses come to the Well of the Lost. Here, the souls of all women whose lives were taken in violence rest. Here they are eternally guarded, loved, and revered as they should have been in life. Here the goddesses gather to pay tribute and execute their plan. All of them except.
Where's Hera? Is she afraid?
In truth, all of them are afraid. Afraid of Zeus's wrath. Afraid of not having the goddess Hera to help them. But they are here now. The brave and wild Artemis convinces the others that they will continue with or without their queen. So, together, the goddesses of Olympus create something new, something of their own, something that comes from the love and the rebellion deep inside their hearts. It starts with a tear.
I offer to our cause the tears of Aphrodite. With them comes passion and the restless nature of the ocean.
I, Demeter, offer the pomegranate and a leaf from the Stygian elm. With these gifts, the blood of this endeavor will flow with dreams and ideas.
Artemis offers this bone, torn from my own flesh. Once a cage for the heart, I set it free. And in doing so, I offer courage and liberty.
From Athena, this blade of sharpest steel, with it strength and cunning.
And I, Hestia, give unto this slurry a burning coal of godly light, the fire of life.
The souls of women long dead accept these gifts, and the goddesses escort them to the mortal earth. There they are planted, and there they grow like Demeter's harvest, the Amazons. Only after the deed is done does Athena, the wise one, approach Hera in Olympus.
Artemis calls you a coward.
She tells the queen of gods. She wants Hera to join their cause. Zeus will punish them all if he ever finds out anyways, so why not embrace the risk? But still, Hera refuses.
You presume to know what I should do. You study what has been, evaluate what is, and imagine what might be.
My queen, you have just described the act of thinking.
Whereas I see it all at once. Where we have been, where we are, where we might go, and where, with certainty, we are headed. Can you imagine? Not thinking, but knowing.
I cannot.
I wish for your success. A doomed venture may still be a worthy one. Keep in the darkness, for the light will be your undoing.
Years pass, when one day, in a village ruled by men, as all villages are, a child is born. She is strong, but she is also a girl. She is the fourth in a family of 3 sisters. There is no place in this world for her, no money to feed yet another useless female child. So the maidservant, Hippolyta, is sent to destroy the infant. She takes the baby to the river. She tries to calm her racing heart by telling herself that it's not murder. It is not murder. Not if the elements themselves take the baby away, not if it's the will of the gods. It is in their hands, not hers. She lays the baby in a basket and offers a coin for safe passage to the land of the dead. She sets the infant girl afloat. As Hippolyta walks away, a part of her hopes the baby will die, for it would be a far worse fate for a girl to be found alive in this world. But no. Over the sound of the water, she hears the baby crying, and her heart can't take it. She rushes back to the river, blinded by guilt and terror over the life she'd just taken. She follows the river, tripping and tumbling, and still she runs to try and catch sight of the little basket. She cannot find the baby, but still she runs, spanning rivers, roads, even cities. She runs for days. She runs for months. Because if she stops running, if she sits with herself for even a minute, she would be left to admit that she has killed a child for no other reason than the body she was born into. So she keeps running, until she can run no longer. But even at death's door, the world of men has found Hippolyta. Their desire for ownership and violence toward all things holds no room for mercy, even for a dying woman. And that is when they come, the Amazons. The men had no clue what was upon them until it was too late. Deftly, expertly, and without mercy, they are destroyed, just as they have destroyed the lives of so many others. And thus, Hippolyta, the future queen of the Amazons, is saved from death. Hippolyta knows she deserves death for killing the infant in the river, but the Amazons do not let her admit to it. They are her sisters, her protectors. They give her water, food, and a strong horse to ride. Then, just as quickly as they appeared in the night to save her, they leave before the sun rises. Meanwhile, in Olympus, Hera has rescued a baby in a little basket upon the river. She saves the baby's soul and keeps it safe with her. Hera sees all things and has plans for the child. For a year and a half now, Hippolyta has kept running. This time, however, not for her crime, but for her salvation, for the sake of finding the warriors who had saved her life. She finds evidence of them. Dead slavers on hidden roads and legends of fierce shadows in the night. Until one night, she senses a very particular shadow following her in the woods. It is no mere Amazon that seeks Hippolyta in the night, but rather the goddess Artemis herself, for she has taken a liking to Hippolyta's horse.
She is yours, of course, as are all wild things.
Ask for something in return.
The childlike god insists.
What? Ask for something. Ask for something in return. Ask what you want with your whole entire heart.
I want to find the Amazons.
Very well. This is a fine horse, and so I must grant.
Wait. With all my whole heart, I want to be an Amazon. I need to be an Amazon.
Artemis laughs in delight, for Hippolyta has spoken the truth of her heart, and the request, at least as far as Artemis is able, should be granted. The goddess bites her own finger and traces her blessing upon Hippolyta's face. She tells her there are slavers crossing a road nearby, and the Amazons will strike them in the darkness. Hippolyta finds the caravan as promised, and has every intention to attack it and free the prisoners alone if she must. But she is not alone. The battle is over before Hippolyta could hardly raise her sword. Their task finished, the Amazons vanish into the darkness, but she will not let them so easily escape this time.
Who did this? Are you with them?
Not yet, but I will be, and so will you.
Hippolyta calls into the shadows.
My name is Hippolyta. You found me at the edge of a blade. You killed my captors and fled, but I followed you. Antiope of the Amazons, show yourself!
The Amazons appear from the shadows. Hippolyta and the freed prisoners all kneel before them. Hippolyta finally gets to make her request to those who saved her. She wants to be one of them, to be an Amazon, a protector. And as of tonight, she is. Or maybe she's always been one, and just hadn't known it yet. And thus, a seventh tribe of the Amazons is born, made of mortal women, former slaves, with no other desire to make the world better for their sisters still in bondage. One such Amazon, young Tarpeia, rides on her first hunt many months later. She is eager to hand justice to those who would harm those like her. Even if, like tonight, one such slaver is really no more than a child, no older than she herself is. She raises her axe against the boy, but the other Amazons stop her. It is not right, they say, to take the life of a boy so young. But Tarpeia knows the truth. She knows the boy has maimed, injured, and insulted. She knows he will grow into a monster just like the rest of them. And so it is, she breaks Hera's rule. She goes out into the world in the daylight. She follows the boy into the temple of Apollo and deals the justice she has trained for. High above in Olympus, Apollo is watching, and the Amazons, whose existence has been kept in secret for so long, have been brought to Zeus's attention. It is as Hera prophesied, the light will be their undoing.
This is how the goddesses mean to make their point? To pervert the natural order of things? What is wrong with them, that they would challenge their own safety and happiness in this way?
Everything is wrong with them. Destroy them, Father. Destroy them, and let us start anew.
Destroy the goddesses? No, Apollo. But they have defied me, and there must be a cost and a lesson. Sneaking around in the night, slaughtering merchants and little boys, it is not a fair fight. The goddesses have created their own champions. Very well. These Amazons will bear the burden of their sins. Unleash hell upon them.
Each in her own way, the Amazons prepare for battle. As the sun rises, their first opponent appears. It is none other than the son of Zeus, Heracles himself.
There's no use hiding, ladies. You're afraid, I understand. But you must understand you've brought this on yourselves. Now, who will be the first to face me?
It is not one, but many who face Heracles this day. Each and every one of them fight together until Heracles himself is overpowered by their strength and fury to survive. They send him home in pieces for his father to mourn him properly. It is an act of honor that Zeus does not appreciate. It is Hera who faces his wrath. While down below, armies of men fall upon the Amazons in droves. The fight lasts all day and deep into the night. Then, dear Katia falls. Hippolyta holds her bleeding in her arms. There is no saving her. But there is rage. An entire army of dead men fall to that rage. The Amazons are victorious again tonight, but it will earn them very little rest. Back at Olympus, another son has come into play, Ares. But he comes not to his all-powerful father, but his mother, who tends to her bruises earned from Zeus's wrath. Ares warns Hera that the Amazons must surrender, because the next army is not just made of men, but of weapons yet unseen in the world, made by the hands of Hephaestus.
Where we are headed, this won't be war, it will be slaughter.
Revenge.
Hera hisses. She's not surprised. She'd seen it coming long ago, but she is angry nonetheless.
But if the Amazons surrender,
Then what? He'll be moved to mercy? No, not likely. You've done your duty, boy. Now be off. Mother needs to think.
Hera knows the only way to save the Amazons now is through the talents of a more incredible liar than herself, and so she seeks the help of Dionysus. Meanwhile, the Amazons prepare for the coming battle. They see to their dead. They have one last drink, one last bit of amusements, and they share last words of hope for one another. But they know that the marrow will bring their demise, and their words of hope are nothing but a faint prayer to honor their goddesses. For Apollo himself leads the battle this day, and the weapons of Hephaestus are mighty, and Hippolyta watches once again as her sisters fall to the wrath of gods. On the mighty battlefield, the Amazons are prepared to meet their end. All of them except Hippolyta, who bundles young Tarpeia's body in her arms. She will not let another child die on her watch. Invoking the blessings of Artemis, Hippolyta takes her fallen sister to Olympus. She prepares to face the gods and plead her case.
Who stands before Zeus?
Hippolyta, queen of the Amazons.
I come to surrender and ask your mercy.
The same mercy you showed my son?
Zeus roars angrily.
To have held back would have been an act of disrespect.
Why should the army of the gods disrespect the Amazons, then?
Apollo cries. His eyes have been opened by one, Dionysus. A war is just what the Amazons want, to die as warriors, with honor, and Apollo will not give them that honor. And so, powers far greater than Hippolyta argue over her fate. Each god and goddess trying to lay claim to the Amazons like shepherds, arguing over the herds that they had disowned and slaughtered in the first place. But for the lives of her sisters, she bears it. And finally, she is given a choice.
Justice demands a price. What shall it be? The little girl lives, but the Amazons die, and the memory of their rebellion dies with them. Or the girl is no more, but the world remembers the Amazons, and they live on under the watchful eye of Apollo. You are not a god, and mercy is not before you.
There is no mercy. Hippolyta chooses the many over the one, life instead of justice. Under the ever-watchful eye of the sun, the Amazon are resurrected on Themyscira, a prison, all but Tarpeia. For souls once so free and fierce, their imprisonment is a curse, and for Hippolyta, her failure, her surrender, is too much to bear. On the shore of Themyscira, she molds an infant out of sand. She still thinks of that baby often, the one she'd killed. She'd tried to change so much, and she feels now that she hasn't changed a thing. She has repeatedly fought and lost. Perhaps she deserves to drown, Hippolyta thinks to herself as she walks into the sea. She is unaware of the goddess who watches her, of Hera, who plants that little soul she saved so long ago into the infant of sand. She gives the baby life again. Under the waters of the ocean, Hippolyta hears an infant crying. She climbs back through the water, breaks the surface of the sea, and struggles to shore to find the baby on the beach, a little girl.
Shh, it's okay, you're okay. Where did you come from?
And that's when she finds it, a single coin lying in the sand, the one she'd given for the baby's passage so long ago. And Hippolyta knows that, despite the injustices of the world and the things she can't control, the goddesses are watching.